There are some players in the Premier League that are underrated, and this could be due to living a private life or a very low key life, or their social media presence is not huge when you compare them to their colleagues. And today I'll be talking about some players among the top five teams currently in the Premier League. That's the top five teams currently right now on the league table. That's Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Spurs. I'll be talking about some players that I feel are underrated in these teams. Starting with Liverpool. For Liverpool, I'll start with Trent. Trent is a very good right back. Yes, he has a weakness whereby he's not good defensively. But then again, I don't think there's any right back in the Premier League that has the complete package. And again, Trent's defending is not as bad as people make it seem. Trent might play 10 games where he has been good for like 9, and the 10th game he might just make one mistake and is blown out of proportion. Everyone just start talking, oh, Trent is not a good right back. Trent is a very, very good right back and one of the best in the league. It's not even just about this season. This guy has been good in previous season. Kyle Walker, very good at defending, but going forward, we all know he's not up there when it comes to Trent. Like he's not as good as Trent going forward. And if I'm to rate Trent's defending, honestly, I'll give it a 7/10. I don't think it's as bad as people make it seem. So Trent for me is one player in Liverpool that is very, very underrated. Another player that is underrated for me in Liverpool is Robertson. I feel Robertson is very underrated, a very good left back. At the top of my head, I don't know which other left back has been good in the last 2 or 3 seasons. I feel Robertson has been the best so far in the league. He's a very good left back, but he seems like that guy that just wants to come on the pitch, do his job, and go home, get the 3 points and go home. So Robertson for me is another player in Liverpool that is underrated. Another one for me is McAllister. McAllister is a very good player. He's very good on the ball. He has very good passing ability. And so far this season, he hasn't actually played in that number 8 role. He has played more as a DM, more games as a DM. Sometimes, some games he has played forward, but I think so far this season he has played more games in that DM position. And if once this guy starts playing where he's supposed to play, he will be something different. I see him like the way Bernardo Silva is for us in Man City. I see McAllister like that for Liverpool. They are not players that will give you 12 goals, 15 assists in a season. No. They might put in 1 or 2 goals there or a few assists there, but they are always very involved in the team and they are very, very important in the team. I'm not saying he's as skillful as Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva doesn't really score much goals or give much assists in a season, but he's very, very, very important in terms of gameplay, in terms of team play. It's very crucial. And the same thing for McAllister. He's not that guy that will score so many goals or give you many assists, but he's very important. And the way he controls the game, you can tell. I feel he's another player that is very underrated in that Liverpool team. Going on to Man City now. For Man City, I feel Akanji is a very underrated player. One of the best defenders in the league. This guy is good. He's very good. He's one of the best defenders in the league. But like I said, maybe due to the fact that he just has a very private life or his social media presence is really not out there. People don't really see it. But Kanji is one of the best defenders in the league. Last season, in his first season, he was very good. And you all know it's not easy coming to a league to hit the ground running. And for Akanji, he was very, very solid for us in his first season. And he was one of the players that actually contributed to the treble winning season. Another player for us that's very good is Nete Ake. Nete Ake is another solid guy. Honestly, it takes a lot for you to be able to change position because he's not used to playing in that left back role and he has been able to play that role very well. And aside from that, Nate Ake is a very good defender, very good defender. Last season, he was one of the best defenders in Man City. It was very crucial for us last season. There were periods where we were missing Diaz, John Stones, like our key defenders were missing due to injury. But Akanji Nate Ake was stepping up. He was defending very, very well for us. And so far, I feel he has actually tried. Ever since he came to Man City in his first season, he struggled. But apart from his first seasons, he has been able to adapt well into the team and he has been very solid. So Nate Ake for me is another player that is underrated in that Man City team. Another player again, I feel is underrated in Man City is our goalkeeper Ederson. His ball distribution is very good, very very good. But he's not his when it comes to making saves. he's not as good as Alisson. He's really not up there with Alisson. So I feel that is why maybe people don't really look at him. But there are times where it matters, where he has to save. He comes out. He saves very well. In the Champions League final, you could see when it mattered, he saved the ball. So he might not be as good at Alisson when it comes to saving, but when you look at the other side of him, whereby he distributes the ball very well, and also when it matters, when it's actually time for him to make a save, he comes out top. If I'm to rate his saving ability, I would say it's not bad. I'll rate it like a 7/10 as well, or a 7.5. I would say it's not really bad, but it's not up there when it comes to like Alisson. Now moving over to Arsenal. In Arsenal, I think for me, the one player I feel that is very underrated in Arsenal is Gabriel Mangalas. I feel this guy is one of the best, also one of the best defenders in the league. He's very good, very, very underrated. There are more eyes on Saliba. Even people look more on Ben White. I'm like, Gabriel Mangalas is very, very good. He's a very good defender, one of the best in the league, and he's a very young guy. I think he's 26 or so. This guy is very, very good, very solid. I think Saliba looks more like good on the ball. Like you see when Saliba recovers the ball, when Saliba is carrying the ball forward, you can see he's very good on the ball as compared to Gabriel Mangalas. Gabriel Mangalas is like more like that raw defender, but I feel he's a very underrated defender and one of the best also in the league. And also, guys, let me know if there's anyone that I missed out or anyone that you feel is underrated in the comment section as well. Now, moving over to Aston Villa. For Aston Villa, I feel Martinez, the goalkeeper, is underrated. He might not be good at distributing the ball just like Alisson and Ederson, but he's very good at saving. I say his saving ability is I think he's better than Ederson when it comes to saving of the ball. His position is very good. Martinez is very, very good at saving the ball, but his ball distribution is not up there. So he's a player that I feel is underrated. Another player in Aston Villa I feel is underrated is Yuri Tielemans. I feel Tielemans is an underrated midfielder. This guy is very good. I was actually hoping we'll get him like a backup, but I'm sure he doesn't want to come off the bench playing. He's a player I would like to see in Man City. He's a very good player, and I feel he's a very underrated player as well. Another player in Aston Villa, again, I feel he's underrated, Paul Torres, another good defender this season. Very good. Whenever I watch him, very solid at the back. The way he defends, the way he controls that back line is very, very good. And that's for Aston Villa, that's it. Yuri Tielemans, Paul Torres, and Martinez, those are the guys I feel in Aston Villa that are underrated. Now for Spurs, which is the last one, I will say Son. Son is so underrated. I can't remember ever since the last time there was a left winger that was better than Son was Mane. That period, maybe Mane, but Son even in that Mane era, Son was good. He was good. Son has been very good for a long period of time. Son is very underrated. He seems like that guy that just wants to come also do his job and go home. And you can tell his social media presence is not really out there, and he's very more quiet and reserved. But Son is a very, very underrated player. I feel he's that guy, one of those guys that is very underrated in that Spurs team. Another player I feel is underrated in that Spurs team is Basuma. Basuma is a very good DM. Very, very good DM. I would like if there's anyone I would say, okay, we can get to help in that Rodri's role to replace Rodri, Basuma, but I doubt he will leave. Basuma looks like that guy that can at least try to play like Rodri, because the way he carries the ball, he looks very comfortable on the ball. His passing also is very, very good. So Basuma is another player in Spurs I feel is very underrated in the league. And that's it for me, guys. Let me know in the comment section which player you feel in your team that is underrated. For me, my team I mentioned, Nate Ake, Akanji, and Ederson. I feel these three guys are underrated. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you very much.